Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to walk you through why Python is the gold standard for modern DevOps automation. Most engineers get this wrong by relying on brittle shell scripts for complex tasks. But here's the reality. One misconfigured bash script in a CI/CD pipeline can lead to silent failures that take hours to debug. Python gives you the structure, error handling, and library support to stop that from happening. Today we are moving beyond simple blue code. You will learn how to build maintainable, testable infrastructure automation that your team can actually rely on. Specifically, we will look at why manual shell scripting fails at scale, how to decide when Python is the right tool, and we will build a real cloud resource cleaner. We will also discuss the common mistakes that catch even senior engineers off guard. So do not skip ahead, watch all the way through to actually understand this properly. Quick note before we dive in, this channel shares practical IT tutorials every week. So if that is useful to you, hit subscribe and join our WhatsApp community, linked in the description for more resources. So what is the problem with relying solely on shell scripts? While Bash is ubiquitous, it is not a programming language designed for complex logic. If you have ever tried to parse a large JSON response from an API using standard tools like grep, sed, and awk, you know exactly what I mean. It is brittle. If the API schema changes slightly, your script breaks. If you want to log errors to a cloud-native service, you have to write a custom wrapper. That is exactly the problem Python solves. What is Python for DevOps really? It is about bringing software engineering rigor to infrastructure tasks. Think of Bash like a Swiss Army knife. It is great for quick, simple tasks on a single server. But Python is like a fully equipped professional workshop. You have power tools for networking, version control for your logic, and precision instruments for data manipulation. You do not build a skyscraper with a Swiss Army knife. You do not build complex, scalable cloud automation with just Bash. Before we write any code, let us make sure you are ready. You will need a Linux environment like Ubuntu 22.04 or newer. You must have sudo access to install libraries. Check that Python 3.10 or later is installed by running Python 3 -- version. If you are on a desktop, open your terminal with Ctrl-Alt-T. If you are on a server, SSH in. We will use standard libraries, but ensure your cloud credentials are configured in your environment. How does Python actually work in your infrastructure pipeline? Think of it as the orchestrator. Your Python script talks to the cloud provider API using an SDK. It processes the response, makes a decision based on your business logic, and then executes a change. It can also talk to your monitoring systems or notification channels. This is much cleaner than chaining together 5 different CLI commands in a single shell script. We start by setting up a virtual environment. This keeps our project dependencies isolated. On line 1, we install the pip and venv packages. On line 2 and 3, we create a folder and initialize the environment. Line 4 activates it, and line 5 installs the AWS SDK and the request library. This setup is standard for any professional project. It avoids cluttering your global Python installation. When you run piplist, you should see boto3 and requests in the output. This confirms your environment is isolated and ready for development. If you do not see them, double-check that your virtual environment is activated by looking for the venv tag in your terminal prompt. This is a basic example of using the AWS SDK. We import boto3 and initialize the client on line 4. On line 7, we call describe instances. Then we iterate through the response to print the status. Notice how we handle the JSON response natively. There is no parsing of complex output strings. It is just clean dictionary access. Your output will list the instance IDs and their current state. This is a much better way to track your resources than manual polling. You can now easily store these results in a database or a monitoring dashboard. This is what production code looks like. We use logging instead of print statements. We wrap our API calls in a try except block to handle errors gracefully. And we use filters in our API call to reduce the amount of data transferred. This is the difference between a script that works and a script that is safe to run in a scheduled job. The output confirms the action taken. Because we used the standard logging, these logs can be easily redirected to CloudWatch or Datadog for alerting. This makes your automation observable and manageable. You will eventually see this. It happens when your environment variables are not set or your local AWS profile is missing. The root cause is usually a misconfigured shell profile or an expired session token. Do not just blindly retry. Check your environment configuration first. The fix is simple. Explicitly export your credentials. Better yet, use IAM roles if you are running this on an EC2 instance. The verify command on line 4 ensures your environment actually knows who you are before the script runs. Think about a real-world scenario. A logistics platform tracking 100,000 shipments per day needed to manage their scaling. They used Bash, but it led to race conditions. When they switched to Python, they could implement locking mechanisms and state verification. The result was a 70% reduction in deployment errors. This is the business value of Python. So when should you use which? If you need API integration or complex JSON parsing, use Python. It is also mandatory for any logic that requires testing or detailed error handling. Bash is perfectly fine for simple file operations or setting up a shell environment. But if you find yourself writing more than 100 lines of Bash, stop and rewrite it in Python. Your future self will thank you. Specifically, that includes use Python when you need API integrations or JSON parsing, use Python for complex logic, error handling, and unit testing, use Bash for simple file operations or environment setup, use Bash when you have zero dependencies and need maximum speed, and never use Bash if the script exceeds 100 lines. To recap, Python provides the error handling your infrastructure deserves. Always isolate dependencies with virtual environments. Professional scripts need logging. Use SDKs for a more stable interface than CLI parsing. And most importantly, treat your automation like real software. If this video helped you, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Join our WhatsApp community linked in the description for more practical IT resources every week. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. If this video helped you, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Join our WhatsApp community linked in the description for more practical IT resources every week. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.